So you descend down the tunnel?
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna cast the light cantrip
I
On
hold
what?
up my little ball.
on my mace.
Okay.
And have done some
Well-
nice followers.
You enter this square tunnel. And walking down this, the heart ridge is eerie. There's almost no light, save for the light that you carry on yourself. And unlike a cave or rock tunnel with cracks, holes, and unevenness, there's almost none of that here. The walls and floor are smooth and rounded, and the air is just thick and stale. The light that you carry between yourselves is throwing weird shadows along the walls at almost impossible angles. And there's almost no sound except the constant pat of your own feet. And after a while in the darkness, you feel like you can almost hear your own heartbeat and the extraneous breathing of your comrades. You slowly begin to lose sense of time. You don't even really remember how long you've walked ahead, hours, a day, but just suddenly it's over. The square tunnel almost ends abruptly, almost like a straight cut, and you step out of rock. And it feels like you're walking straight into a wall of warm moisture. Around you rises a forest. And even with the forest rising around you, the air is stale and moldy. If you didn't know any better from the look of it, you'd say it looks like just a really old forest at night. But the thought crosses your mind once again how all of this hasn't wilted without any sunlight whatsoever.
Any buildings immediately around us?
All you can see in front of you is forest.
Is Art at
Just
the
burn
bottom of this?
Well, not yet. Do you want to look
Shall
for
we
him,
wait for
or do
him?
you just wait?
I think we should wait for him.
Yeah,
How
we were
long-
supposed to meet him here, right?
Yep.
I mean, wasn't he supposed to be here already, like scout in front of us?
Well,
You
you
know
don't
how
know how
fucking big
deep
the
he is
forest-
scouting.
Any footprints?
Yeah, you see a distinct set of footprints leading straight into the forest.
Which direction, since I always know where north is?
East.
Oh yeah, by the way, Becca, just in case. I don't know how long we've been wondering, but in case I feel the spell for the skeletons fade, I want to recast it.
Do you need to roll anything, or is that...
No, I just, yeah, it's every time it's a level 3 spell slot, so that's the cost, basically.
Is there concentration associated with that, by the way?
Nope.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, you should probably recast it.
You've
Okay.
just got to reassert your dominance every day.
Yeah, basically. Okay, I'm just gonna mark down a level 3 spell just to recast it.
2 of them, right?
No, one spell can recast it for up to 4 skeletons.
4 skeleton. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh. At least I don't have to give them personality.
I can only revive one skeleton per spell, but I can recast the dominance basically for up to 4 skeletons per spell.
Draco, give me a perception roll.
Alright.
You suddenly behind you hear the distinct sound of clanking feet moving away.
Oh,
Oh no.
I tap the little piece of metal and
Robert.
the message comes out.
Robert immediately turns around and just begins following you again.
Great.
Looking about, can I sort of get an idea for how deep the forest goes before there are openings or settlements?
Do you have dark vision?
Oh no, I don't. Shut it down.
There is very little that you can see aside from the edge of the forest.
Never mind, I take it back, we're all entirely fucked.
Well,
You wait about an hour or so before you hear crashing through the underbrush.
Okay.
Way before you hear the now somewhat familiar labored breathing of your guide as he comes stumbling out of the forest, covered in sweat and dirt. Oh, you're already here. He looks upwards and takes a few long breaths before turning his head back to you. He leans down and breaks a hard piece of wood off of one of the nearby trees. With his foot, he clears a section of the ground of debris and begins drawing in the dirt.
What's he drawing?
I've
Probably in
put on as far as I could and send out a vaccine homunculus. There's quite a few promising locations. A few days march from here. We are at the west end of the cave. Here. There's closest to us is a old crypt along the southern wall belonging to an old noble house of Godstone. The house didn't survive, obviously. The stone wall and the cataclysm have pulled most of it underground. The crypt itself, crypts like these are traditionally many levels deep, and it's very possible that its broken halls lead us into the stone wastes below. Further away at the north cave wall is a mining camp. Never seen it before, so it can't be really older than a few months. I saw lights in the cave, none in the camp. There's a chance that whoever owns the encampment has dug deeper, possibly reaching the stone waste. But the camp is also not older than a year, so who knows how far they've dug. Otherwise, the only choice we have is to head towards the pass to the next chamber of the forest. The path itself is treacherous and wildly overgrown, but we may have no other choice than to cross, and if the other locations give us nothing. Where we head is up to you.
so we're right here at, like, there-ish.
This is way on. This is
Oh, this
Crypt
is
on
another.
a-
We thought
This is
we were talking about the big map.
and
Yeah.
this is the pass.
Okay. The village, I see.
Maybe, maybe not.
Wow. And I don't see
Okay,
why we
so-
can't try the pool away.
What are the options?
Is it crypt, a mining camp,
So
and a pass?
closest to here along the southern wall is a crypt belonging to an old noble house that has not survived the stone war. And crypts are traditionally, at least old family crypts, multiple levels deep. So there's a good chance that the broken halls leads towards the next level of the abyss. The other option that could lead you downwards is a mining camp that's further along the wall, but on the north side. But, you know, has been there for a few months. Who knows how deep they've dug? Perhaps they've reached the next level. The only other option to access the other caverns is to get through a narrow pass. That in and of itself is also quite dangerous.
Any preference you guys have?
Well, crypt's closest.
And mining camp sounds safest.
Does it?
I mean, it's a
Suppose
place built by humanoids.
So it's the crypt.
Yeah, but the crypt got pulled down here, and we don't know what the pull changed and twisted. As for the camp, we know that it's been made quite recently. But I don't mind anyway, just trying to figure out what makes most sense.
Well,
What would you say,
ultimately,
Frank?
Frank asleep.
I was hoping he was not. I was just trying. Frank!
Makes sense.
Hey,
What do you think where we should go? Do you know what the options are?
I think I drifted off a little bit.
Okay. We try to get deeper, and there's a mining camp, there's a crypt, or there's a cave, and there's a narrow way into another cave, which are different ways to possibly get down to the next one.
Yeah.
What would Frank prefer to go to?
It's close. The mining camp's farther. The path's farther.
So, Krypton.
Okay, just because it's closest, I guess.
I mean, they're both in the same direction.
I mean,
So we could gauge
if
the
they are, we can
difference.
we can give the crypt a visit and take a look in.
See how dangerous it is.
Draco Rune, any reason
Wait, was
not
the crypt
to?
the way down?
We don't know what is the way down. We're searching for it basically. So those are options that might lead us down.
Great treasure.
Rune, Draco. Any objections?
No. As long as we find stuff I can turn into cool things, I'm pretty much good to go wherever.
Sure, there's lots of treasures in the crypt.
Dolarian looks at Telsa and basically his eyes say, "That's why I didn't even ask you."
Yeah, let's just go. To spoil the place where dead people rest. It's not disrespectful or anything.
Glad you agree.
Well-
Then 100% seriously.
That being
In
said,
that case,
whichever way is more likely to have a way down. So, my first choice would be the mining complex, but
but if the crypts are underway anyway, then
why?
what?
Have a way down.
Yeah, exactly.
How about if the crypt is even slightly dangerous, don't go to it.
I don't care. It's not like you listen to me anyway.
Well, every place down here is dangerous.
Yeah.
Besides, both of these places have a chance of being all the way down, but there is no guarantee. After all, it's a young mine and an old crypt. Nothing reliable. But that's what we're here for.
Well, let's go then.
Let's start moving. Check out the crypt on the way.
You spend the rest of what our two keen minds perceive as the rest of the day walking through the thick underbrush. And at some point, not so far off, you hear a rumbling through the cave. And immediately Arad turns to the rest of you and, almost expecting you to be in panic, he just sort of holds his hands up and says, "Don't worry about it. Minor quakes are not unusual down here."
Cool.
What's the chance of us being buried alive down here?
He looks dumbfounded for a solid minute, just thinking, as if he's calculating the chances. Probably not very high if we keep to... I haven't heard about large caves caving in, but I mean, then again, it would also be hard for survivors to get out and tell. So, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Optimism.
He gives you a somewhat fake smile and just keeps walking forward. And he looks a little like you've now made him a little unsure as well. You travel further through the forest for a bit until it comes time to make camp. Who of you would keep watch during the nights?
My dragon.
Fucking try.
Me with my fantastic perception.
What kind of stats does your dragon have?
My dragon has... let me just get it up for you. I'll put a picture of it in the Discord.
Probably better.
But his perception is a +4, so his passive is 14. And he has dark vision out 60 feet.
Okay, so everyone with dark vision give me a perception roll on advantage, and everyone without advantage.
I can keep.
Great.
24.
16.
10.
Oh, wait, no,
13.
15.
13.
9 for Draco, 11 for Legacy.
2.
And that is.
Ooh!
Did you say
20.
24? Aspen.
Yes, I did. I
Well,
rolled a nat 19 with plus
I'll
5.
be right back. I'll be AFK for a minute. But just continue playing.
I got a nat 20.
the first night, the forest is quiet. Almost unusually so. But, you know, you're not used to this type of forest, so it doesn't ring any alarm bells. The second night, Draco, you get woken by your familiar, your homunculus, I guess. And here, does he telepathically communicate with you?
He can understand, and I can command him.
But he cannot speak.
He can't speak, I don't think.
Okay, so you get woken by basically a patting on your face. As the tiny dragon wakes you.
Cool. Do I see anything?
Well, do you start a light source?
I would like to note Tiny Hut.
Oh, if we're in Tiny Hut, then I will listen out to hear it. See if I hear, for example, scratching sounds in a similar fashion to the thief. But
Well, you hear faint rustling, but you're not quite sure, because the forest, well, there's a lot of sounds at night. You're not quite sure if something was moving away from the camp, or if something is moving around the camp, or if there even is anything near the camp.
I'll just ignore it, I think.
Okay. Well, you all awaken the next morning. And guess what you find outside the tiny hut?
Is it a goblin?
No. It's your cooking pot. It's old and it's a little bit more dented than you remember. But it's definitely the one that you left behind.
I hate it.
Draco's gonna prestidigitate, clean it up, and mending, get the dents out. And
Does that include like turning it around, or do you hold
Yeah.
it at some point?
he's gonna like pick it up.
You know, and when you pick it up, you notice that it's heavier than it used to be. There might be something inside.
I look inside.
You see a turnip. Give me a perception roll.
Oh no, not a thing.
Actually,
I have turnips so fucking cursed.
give me a memory roll, which
A
is
memory
just
roll?
straight up intelligence.
I have keen mind. No, it's a 16.
This is the exact same turnip that you made a stew out of.
What?
You remember this turnip. Down to the specks of dirt. It's the exact same.
What?
Sea of Sorrows and Godstone World are officially linked. It's canon now. They share a universe. It's official.
Just cursed her.
They're canonically part of the same universe
Yeah,
now.
take your turnip.
I did. Draco's just looking into this pot with a very confused expression on his face.
The turnip's back. And also,
Perfect
I
moment
decided
for
that
Valerian to say, it's the way of the gods. They work in mysterious ways.
like the
Or
exact turnip
something.
is back, the one that was turned into stew or whatever. So I have decided that Sea of Sorrows and Godstone are officially linked, and they share the same universe canonically now. No one can convince me otherwise.
I mean, the gods do work in mysterious ways.
It's a fucking turnip.
I will put the pot in my bag.
Not everything is work of the gods.
That is where I think our opinions differ.
So are all bad things the work of the gods then too?
Of course they are.
So you're saying that your gods just allow shit to happen to people because that's just their will, I guess.
No. There are evil gods, there are good gods. They are fighting just like us. So evil things happen and good things happen.
But if gods are supposedly like all powerful, then why do they have to fight each other?
Because they are not all powerful. That's a deception from different religions, I guess.
Then what's the point of them?
They're pretty powerful. Just more powerful.
Yeah.
Why do they have to fight? What do they possibly have to fight over? Control?
Different opinions, different ways to lead the world. There are so many reasons to fight.
So all of your gods are power-hungry narcissists who are obsessed with control. Good to know.
You are fighting the remnants of Dural, right? You don't fight them because you are a power-hungry narcissist person that is out on control, right? You do it because you think it's right.
So you're saying that your good gods, if they defeated their evil, would just let people be? Wouldn't care to, like, influence people at all?
That always depends on the definition for you, which is good and which is bad.
I think free will is good.
Free will is good. But that also gives you the free will to kill others. So it's
Yeah.
always some kind of definition what is good and what is bad. Some good things you can use for bad things, and the other way around.
Is anything ever straight with you?
What? What did you
Why
say?
is everything ever just straight with you? Everything, I don't know, you're just so, the views are so complicated.
I think it's pretty
Seems
easy.
tiring. Is it?
Yes.
Seems tiring to have to micromanage what's good and what's bad, and what that means to you and what that means to others, and how you choose to judge that.
If it would be too easy, there wouldn't be a need for people to guide others, right?
That's my point. Why should you have to be, like, I mean, sure, someone has to teach you when you're young, but why should you constantly need to be guided? That just seems like some kind of scheme set up by people so they can stay in power.
No one forbids you to try and overthrow the gods.
It's the point of gods that they can't be overthrown.
He just smiles.
Your religion is too complicated. Stick with my own dates.
Okay. So Rusty is carrying a pot.
Put it in my bag.
What did I miss?
What? Where'd you put the turnip?
A discussion about
I-
God.
I will
Random
leave.
question.
I will leave the turnip remaining in the pot when I put it in my bag.
Okay.
Where'd you get a pot from with a turnip in it?
It was just deposited outside, and I opened it, and the exact same turnip that I made the original stew out of was just in it. Is this like a big turnip? Because I felt the weight difference.
Yeah, it's a pretty big turnip. Like it's a. You know, if you smack someone in the side of the head with it, you have a good chance of knocking them out.
Holy shit!
my
that's a big
God.
turnip.
Oh, by the way, since I wasn't there, are we still at camp or what? Where are we right now?
I don't think we moved out.
Okay. Did we already go to sleep or not yet?
Yeah, you did.
Because I
It's
wanted to
long
do
enough.
something before we go to sleep.
Okay.
Nothing special, I just wanted to recast my spell.
Yeah. I'm assuming you keep recasting it.
Yeah.
Just don't refresh your spells.
Oh shit. I have to have another interaction with Delarian. Damn it.
God damn it! And I hate these interactions, damn it!
You're already camping? Tana hut?
At the end of the day that we had the religion conversation, when we camp again, I have to talk to Delarian again.
By the way, I offered Draco the carrots for the stew.
Oh, he'll take out the pot, put the carrots in the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Rune, did you say something about game?
Mm-hmm.
If you could get some meat, I could get another stew or something else.
Well, I mean, if something runs 5 feet in front of me, maybe I'll get it.
Why can't
I'm
you?
gonna wave their hand in front of their eyes.
Oh. Do I need to attune to my goggles at night? Because that might be worth giving to a room. Hang on, I've got to check that.
Probably.
And can a non-artificer just use artificers?
Yes.
Another-
Yeah, they can attune to them.
Okay.
Confusion. Goggles at night. Nope, they don't require attunement. Right, well, if you want to go out hunting, you can borrow my goggles. I know they don't look the same as the rest of your style, but they do let you see out maybe 50, 60 feet.
Yeah, I'll go look for stuff if you give me those goggles.
He'll hand them over.
Yeah, Bruno, check it out. See if they can see any, like, cave or anything.
Rune goes out hunting, and the goggles are, it's not a very good fit. You sort of adjust your head size until it fits, and then it's still kind of itchy and it kind of smells weird. You're really unsatisfied with this way of hunting. You can see like 60 feet, but it's not what you're used to. Please give me a survival check, or I guess nature. Nature or survival, whichever's better for you.
Survival. That was weak. That's a 14.
The easiest game is definitely doesn't seem to be found in this forest. You search for quite a bit. Maybe an hour or so into the hunt, you notice that the area is quite populated by snakes, however.
Sounds like wait, what kind? Can I identify if they're like venomous?
Well, they seem to largely just hang from trees. But they don't appear to be attacking anything with fangs. To identify whether or not they are venomous, or poisonous, you'd probably have to catch one and try and tell what kind it is.
Probably a good idea to check, but I also don't want to get.
You can also keep looking if
Um,
snakes eat your thing.
I mean, I don't think Rin's that picky as far as food. If you think about it. I'll keep an eye out a little bit. I assume if they're all sitting in like a fucking tree, they're not gonna like move in like 10 minutes.
No.
I'm not opposed to getting the snakes, but I do want to keep my eye out because I worry that some of them might be less adaptive. No, I don't. Let's get the snakes. Fuck it. I was like, is Rin this courteous? No, they're not.
Did you leave for 10 minutes, or did you just decide that you don't do that?
I'll just do the snakes. It's food. It looks like. Try to get one to see if it's better as they're poisonous
Okay,
and
do
hope
you
the fuck
just
they
get
don't.
the biggest one, or
Get a couple.
they're pretty big, like python big?
Oh, one's fine, probably then.
Okay. Well, you grab the largest snake you see, just sort of dangling from a tree, and immediately as
I
you
think I
grab
should
it,
probably kill
you
it
know.
before I fucking grab it. Oh my god, what am I, a heathen? I'm not fucking Steve Irwin. I'm not gonna go wrestle a python.
Well,
Nerd.
you know, jump up to one of those snakes.
Loser.
And with a swift motion, you just cut off its head.
What do you take me for?
And you take the body of the snake and you make your way out.
Does it seem poisonous? Does it seem edible?
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell through, night vision, because it kind of...
I have the glowing rock. If I take the night vision goggles like off my eyes and pick up the rock.
Well,
and
it
look
looks
at the
red.
snake.
It doesn't look like it's visible that there's poison or anything in it. Looks
give it
just
to me.
kind of like you'd think, snake meat would look like.
Cool. Yeah, I'll bring it back.
Snakes too.
Successful.
In the meantime, I'm asking Draco how to make a good stew.
Draco is
Just letting him explain the steps and yeah.
Draco is terrible at explaining things, but he does give you a rough idea of basically anything can go in a stew as long as you cook it for long enough.
And like Dolarian looks like he's completely lost in your words, and he's like the most diligent student you could think of.
Unfortunately, Draco is a pretty trash teacher. He's like roughly getting the concepts across, but
And then we're just gonna strike you back with a big fuck off snake.
oh, didn't bite you, did it?
No. Cut its
Right.
head off first.
Wow. Okay. Should, am I gonna make the stew now, or are we
I
gonna?
don't fucking know. You asked me to go hunting.
That's fair.
Is
Right,
that
just
even
pop,
safe to eat?
just pop it in the bag.
Seems like it.
And he opens his bag up.
Have you tested it?
It's
No, I did not just take a bite out of the raw fucking snake.
It's very big, Draco.
Trust me, it'll fit.
How did you make a bag of holding?
I did make a bag of holding.
Before you do that...
Wait, what? Bigger, why'd you question the snake and not that he put a fucking cooking pot in his bag?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, okay, it could be a big bag, but it's a very, very big snake.
Before you do that, cut me a slice of that steak.
Bleeding snake in your bag.
Hey, I'd like a slice of snake.
Give you a slice of snake, I suppose.
Okay.
I
Now,
mean,
I
you
don't know
cut the
how
head off,
poisonous
right?
snakes work, but if you squeeze its meat...
It's not going to be poisonous. It might be venomous, but usually venom is
Poison
in the head
oozing
anyway.
out of the
Yeah, snakes usually
You
aren't
know that
poisonous.
poison can be clear
It's
or not have
crazy.
any color at all, you know. But
Yeah.
well, as you squeeze, there's like blood drips to the
Did
ground.
Rune
but-
do some kind? I'm assuming Rune, growing up in the culture and the way that they did, they know how to see if an animal's poisonous.
Well, a snake this size is unlikely to be poisonous. However, you are in a very strange environment.
Can I do some tests that Rune would know that I don't know, as someone who doesn't eat snakes all the time?
Wait, you don't test all your food before you eat it if it's poisonous?
I just assume all food is poisonous, honestly.
Do you still have the head of the snake?
Yeah. Hell yeah, you think I'm... Of course I
Give me
do.
a medicine check.
That's bullshit. It should be... Oh. This is rigged.
Are you questioning God?
Yes, it doesn't matter though. That's a 20, not nat.
Okay.
See,
Well,
the gods work in mysterious ways.
Anatomically, if a snake is venomous, it's highly unlikely to be poisonous. So you cut open the sides of its mouth, you unhinge the lower jaw, and you remove the lower jaw, and you follow its long teeth all the way to two small sacs, what appear to be filled with a venom.
Drink it.
So
I swear
as
that I'm gonna
there is, venom sacs in the head of the snake attached to its teeth, it's highly unlikely that there's poison in the rest of the body.
Maybe we
Okay,
should
so-
put it into a vial.
That's what I was about to ask. I was like, does anyone have a jar?
Yep, I've got some stuff.
Just drop them straight
No.
into the bag.
Very carefully, like,
Just boil it.
remove the sacks or find a way to, like...
Yeah, you
Take the
can
venom?
take them out.
Oh, so Rune wants to take the teeth.
surgically.
I want the teeth.
Okay, you have
I want to collect them.
two long snake teeth. They're about like a finger long.
Jesus, big snake.
Yeah, it's a
Big
snake.
boy.
Big
I
snake.
want to poke myself
Alpha's
with them
happy.
now, but I'm gonna find a way to put them on, like, a necklace or something.
No.
Nope.
Can you make yourself look like a walrus by just putting them in your mouth?
Maybe
Just-
don't.
Don't call me a child. I'm not childish. Oh my god, make yourself look like a
She's a
walrus.
changeling. You can just make yourself like a walrus face. The sneak for that. But don't. Okay. Well, you extract the poison. You prepare the snake for later consumption. Guess you just throw it in the bag,
Yeah.
and then I guess the next long rest you prepare it.
Yep.
I gotta talk to Delaney at some point.
So
Oh,
yeah,
God's
it
back.
takes another day's worth of travel, and you
You're not, sir.
another long rest.
I said that night.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Wait, did
Like,
we
if
just?
you travel the rest of the day as you
Okay.
do the foraging.
I misunderstood.
and the
I thought
snake-
we'd found the next night's camp, and that's when I went out. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Makes sense. I got my times messed up because time is fake.
I'm an illusion. And so are pants.
I know
Anyway.
that.
I agree.
When you are interested in time, there's the chronologist. He's one of the gods. So, if you wanted to have a talk with him, that's fine.
Have a talk with who?
With the chronologist.
Haven't you heard of the chronologist?
Jeez.
Jeez, Aspen.
Everyone knows about the
Magical
chronologist.
choice.
Wait, I don't think Rune's super familiar with.
No, you haven't heard of some chronologist.
Although I would have guessed that you are more the seeker type.
See.
the Seeker is also one of the gods, of course.
We don't really follow your gods.
Yet.
What was that?
He said yet.
Time for a fucking crusade, boys.
Don't. Oh my god.
What
That's
do
my
you
favorite
think?
speech to
Nobody
Did
expects
Valerian
Galarian
say that?
Inquisition.
Does Valerian
So
say
you
yes?
want no, he doesn't. That wouldn't fit his character at all. So so no, he doesn't say that.
Fucking hell.
So you wanted to talk?
Yeah, I remembered you asked about the. Well, I was giving you a sour look when you were giving away all your Armstones.
Oh yeah, I remember. What was
Son of
that
money.
all about?
You may have noticed I'm not particularly fond of, big kingdoms and governments, I guess, and, I understand that Armstones are powerful and they are to be used by people, but, I don't know how much I like the idea of nations like that having so many, and, I don't know, it's odd to see them used as bargaining pieces. Where I come from, they're kind of revered. I don't know if I'd say they're what you would call holy or sacred exactly, but it's a similar sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't trade them away lightly.
Okay.
So it's just
So
odd to see people treat them like that so much.
that's fine. If I find any more, should I keep them then?
I mean, it's up to you. I obviously don't want to. I understand that cultures are different. It's just something I have to get used to seeing, I guess. Kind of don't
So-
exactly go out seeking them.
So what do you think of people like Draco then, who don't just keep them, but use them for a purpose?
Armstones were gifts to us. At least my people believe that Armstones were given as gifts for us to be able to use the land. They're a gift from nature to us to be able to better thrive. And so using them is not really something I'm not against. I mean, I don't exactly like Armstones myself, but that's for a completely different reason. I don't care that he uses them. It's more about how they're used or given away.
I see. So, since you and your people see this as some kind of gift from nature, is nature like a sentient being to you, or?
Sort of. It's not like we think that the land has like not in a traditional way, but I suppose in a similar way that your gods are sentient to you. Nature is a force. It's like the wind is nature's voice, and it's about if you give to nature and respect what nature gives you, nature looks after you as well. It's more about balance with your surroundings and stuff. It's just easy to personify it to make it more understandable, I guess.
That sounds nice.
I mean, I think it is. Kind of miss the stars. It's weird not being able to see them all the time. Guess that's why I think your gods are so weird. Not really used to this whole.
As I see it, the thing you explain as nature is basically probably the shepherd, the hunter, and the gardener combined in one entity. So
Maybe,
it's kind of
I mean-
close.
but like the idea that like your gods are fighting because I don't know, they dislike each other or what each other do is really weird to me. It's just strange. I mean, there are like opposing forces, but everything's part of like a whole cycle. Like, you kill animals because you eat them, and then you use their skins or hides for other things, and what's left of them gets returned to the earth to be, it gets returned to be used later. It's about cycles and stuff, not this weird cut, good, bad, everyone's at war kind of a thing.
I mean,
Really weird.
nature just does it in a more subtle way. Because does nature decide who gets the Ironstones or not? It seems like the Ironstones are just thrown in there like an arena. Who gets them does whatever they think they want to do with them. So it seems like it's just another way to make a fight happen, just more subtly and indirectly.
I mean, I'll definitely say that if there's one thing I can't get behind my people's beliefs for, it's their respect for these things. I do agree they only exist to cause wars. I don't think they're some gift. I think they're quite a curse, actually. Nothing good has come of Ironstones. Or not enough good.
Nothing. That's
Maybe
like,
not enough.
I'm offended.
do you think, yeah, that's, do you think Moment is nothing good?
I think Ironstones have caused more pain than good then.
Yeah, the problem aren't the Ironstones then. It's the people who use them.
I think most people are inherently selfish, unless they're taught not to be, and most people fail at teaching their children not to be.
That is sad, but I agree.
I think the new ways are made to make people like that. I think those that have abandoned the old ways are just not taught to care about that kind of stuff.
He just nods.
Yeah, I just wanted to explain that it wasn't the money thing. Sorry if I act weird about people giving those away. I guess I'm still getting used to it.
No, it's fine. I always look forward learning something like this. So I can change.
If you were interested, I'd offer to take you to meet my people if we all survive this, but maybe if we make it out and we're closer, maybe I'll take you. I'm sure they'd love to tell you about it.
I'd really love to do that too.
Right. Give Delirian a nod and like a...
I feel like Telsa would feel quite
She would
quite
not fit in
interested
at all.
too.
She's great, but she would not fit in with my people
At all.
at all. Maybe in the attitudes about sex, perhaps, because I think most people are too straight-laced about that stuff, but other than that, like, I really don't think she fit in very much.
Can deal with Telsa's people then.
So when you talk about your people, are they like big city, all different kinds of people, or are your people like what I mean is, are they also shapeshifters like you are?
Oh.
Or are they like humans and elves and like a big mix of everything?
No, actually. I'm sort of the only person like me. There's a big debate amongst my people whether or not my condition is a gift or a curse, with many people on both sides of the issue. No, most of my people are very connected to the elements, like Genasi, and we have a couple of elves that travel with us at Eladrin family, I think, though I haven't seen them in a really long time.
I think it's neither a gift nor a curse. I think it's just you.
Supposedly it's the result of too much magic. Gods are unhappy with how we were doing things, or nature. It's like my people have a lot of beliefs. I agree. I think it's just something that happened, but, you know, we're very superstitious people. And also, to answer your question, no, it's not anything city-like. We're nomads, mostly.
Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, the people are asking if we're having this conversation like exactly 1 inch away from the others in the tiny hut.
in the hut.
If you want to private, I mean, anyone can listen in if they want. It's not like Rune's hiding this.
Oh, okay.
So y'all can, like, fucking jump in if you want. I don't care.
I was talking about me walking the room.
So yeah, no, we're like, yeah, right there in camp having this conversation. So anyone can come join if you want, I guess.
Wait.
Such a citizens.
No, I guess that the Tulsa wouldn't fit in at all. Rune's sends are kind of like it's not apologetic, just kind of like a smile.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very non-apologetic smile.
Like
I mean, it's just kind of true.
Also, by the way, Alf, are you there? I want to, like, with Frank, every time we stop for a rest, I basically want to ask him if we could try and train together how to combine our 2 magical weapons. Or 2, spiritual, what are they called? Spiritual weapons? I think.
Spiritual weapons.
Yeah,
Please both of you
like-
give me a 1d20.
I ask him if he wants to train with me first. I don't want to force him to anything.
Like
Because
he's
I
gonna say
really-
no.
Because I think that is a cool thing. Okay, a D20 you said?
Yes.
That's a 10.
17.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. So yeah, sometimes we just stay next to the tiny hut just before going to sleep, just getting training in.
Some people are inside trying to sleep and it's like ding 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 ding.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Wow. I was gonna ask where you were from, but okay, whatever, fine.
Yeah, we can still get. I was just saying that this happens like basically every
No,
stop.
it's fine.
We are still in the We are still in the middle of the conversation because we asked. We asked if the others wanted to jump in, and I basically just cut that
Yeah.
off. So it's still
Let's give
happening.
the others a chance.
Yeah.
That it's happening as well.
I guess the last thing you said is that they're nomads, and you just went, I guess after that, if there's
Yeah.
something further. We don't ask where
Nomads.
you're from.
So
Wait,
they
I
don't
heard
have a
someone ask-
certain place they live. They just travel around.
Yeah, roam the wilds, I think mostly. We like stop by small villages for trading, but
He just makes
Ye-
like a praying motion and says, "May the Wanderer protect them."
thank you for that. Yeah, I think I hope they're doing okay. They're strong people though, so probably fine. It's not easy, but hey,
Yeah,
we get by.
sounds like not an easy life, but I have to admit it sounds like a fulfilling one.
Definitely is. I can't imagine how people live in one place their entire life and never go anywhere. That sounds. I can hardly stay a week in one location without getting antsy. Can't imagine living my whole life in one city. Sounds maddening.
That's
What
one
about
of the, that's one of the reasons I started to go on a journey. It just felt wrong to stay at that one place for too long.
Hmm.
When there was still so much good I could do out there.
You're definitely very virtue-minded.
I try to be.
Is that a choice?
I think so.
Like, were you taught to be like that, or did it just come to you to try?
I was raised in a very religious family. And I was always supposed to become one of the priests of the religion. I was taught for years and years and years, and I just started to feel like, what am I even studying for when the bad things happening are out there and not in this tiny little church I've been pressed into my whole life. So they were not happy when I just said I leave. But I left anyway.
Guess that's something we have in common.
And on my
Rising
way I met so many good people. And he looks over to Telsa.
Smiles at him.
Wait, I thought you were saying good people.
Wow. Well, now I'm getting bullied by the DM.
Wow. Wow, everyone is shitting on Telsa.
I never it
What
wasn't
has she
happening. It was a
done?
bad thing. God. Yeah, you know.
Listen, I would have done this with anyone else, but he set it up for you.
Oh.
So
Smile.
you left of your own choice too?
Partially. There were lots of tensions between me and some of my people and my older brother specifically. Just got to a point where it was better to go. I still see them all the time though. Try to head back as often as I can. Holidays and other kind of things.
What is he doing there? Does he have like a watch there that he
No,
just...
What the fuck are you playing with?
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I just have, like, a mini screwdriver for, like, glasses, and then a nail clipper that has, like, the ridges on it. I'm just doing this.
Nice. That sounded like you were just... like your watch was like a minute off and you're just using like the little wheels there to just turn it back.
That's not.
Okay.
You remind me actually a lot of my sister.
I do?
Yeah. My sister, Ember, she, well, my twin, I guess. More accurately, she's the story keeper of my people currently. Just
What
like a
What a wonderful,
priest, I guess.
wonderful profession.
She certainly loves it.
So
mean, it's
she's
not-
she's a shapeshifter then too, right? When she's your twin?
No.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I guess that I...
sometimes the ways of the gods are incomprehensible.
Yeah. I mean, neither of us mind. I mean, and Rune, like, takes a minute and shifts into a form that looks like, a female fire genasi with, like, you know, bright flame-colored hair that's, like, really chaotic and, like, curly and just has, like, a big smile. Spent most of my life looking like this, you know, trying to fit in with her, and Rune adopts her usual appearance.
Is that how she looks like?
Yeah. My siblings insisted I hide, I guess, keep her appearance because we're twins or whatever, but she always encouraged me to look how I wanted, so. But yeah, she's about as fiery as she looks. So maybe you have that indifference, but your love of mythology and everything else is very similar. I'm sure she'd love to talk to you about what you believe.
Yeah, maybe when this is all over, we can go and visit her.
Maybe. Did she leave anyone behind? Did she go visit often?
No one I actually would like to visit left behind. Whole family. Parents, siblings, the whole church.
I'm sorry.
None of
Must be
them
hard.
were very appreciative of my decision, so...
Sometimes your family says you choose. He shoots a look at Telsa, like between the two of
Yeah.
them.
He also looks at her and says, I have a new family now.
She's pregnant.
Oh wow!
God.
From Rune. Yeah.
I've already been down that road. Not happening again. I'm careful now. Not again. I mean, what? Anyway.
Yeah. I have a new
Like
family
this.
now. I have a little sister.
Family of runaways. Just looks around at everyone.
Your people are your people. It's good that you have someone. Community is the most important system that we have. Without our people, nothing else has value to be measured by.
Oh, legacy.
Aw, it's adorable. I'm gonna look at. I hope no one wants to leave because I really want to talk to everyone now that we got the backstory bullshit going.
Well, I mean, Draco's making a stew, and if
What?
Rue looks over, she'd probably be quite upset about how badly he skinned the snake.
Oh my god, I want it to be a thing.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna look over and just like, what have you done?
You see, like,
Ah,
so he skinned it, but with skinning it, you already see like 20% of the meat's just still hanging on the skin. And then he didn't even like boil the bones to get like a good soup stock. He just put the bones like somewhere on the side in the dirt, and then just roughly cut the meat off. So there's another 20% meat gone. Yeah, that's.
Rune just looks absolute. This is like, it's exactly that. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Luckily, it was a big snake.
The
He's
fuck
like-
did you do to that?
well, I've never actually cut one up before.
Why didn't you ask for help?
Because you were talking. Thought it was rude
So
to
you-
interrupt.
Alright, come here. Rune will walk over
You
and
know we can still move
like
our hands even
explain
though we're talking.
everything wrong. Like Rune will go over and like detailed like go through, not in like a really rude like, oh my god you're so fucking dumb, but in like let me educate you way. We'll
Like a
explain
constructive
everything you
criticism.
did wrong and like tell you how to fix it next time and like walk you through like what you should have done. Like very detailed way. Like it's clear that this has been done many a time before. Let me
Cool.
guess.
Good to know.
You haven't been out much since we're talking about origin.
Aha. I wasn't technically allowed.
What?
Well, I was just supposed to stay in and study, and then move on to being an engineer somewhere.
It looks like that makes absolutely zero sense to them. Like they're confused by the concept of don't go outside.
Engineer?
That part. What do you mean to say in? Didn't you like fucking go outside?
Of course I did, but I mean, not often. I definitely didn't go into the forest or the wilderness or anything.
What the fuck? Why not?
My parents wanted me to study, and I did.
But like, where'd the rest of your life go?
I
Did you just read books all day?
I mean, yeah, I experimented with stuff. I made some mistakes with it, and then I got better at it.
It looks like they're really trying to like understand the concept of don't go outside. That sounds terrible. Sorry.
Well, I didn't know what I was missing, so it wasn't too bad.
So what adventure was you being rebellious and...
Yeah, they don't know I'm here.
Oh my god.
Rudolph clapped Draco on the shoulder with a laugh. There you go. Look at you, rebelling against your controlling parents.
Oh, it's not like rebelling. It's more just.
Kid, you snuck off on a really dangerous mission. Is there anything more rebellious than
I
putting
mean,
your life in danger just to give your family the middle finger?
technically, I didn't sneak off for this mission. I snuck off to go and learn more properly.
What
Because.
do you have to learn?
What?
You spent so long learning. How much more do you have to learn?
Yeah, but I only had the resources of a library. I didn't have, like, the world.
Don't libraries have like hundreds of books in them though?
Yeah, but I mean, there's a big difference between reading about someone's adventures and going on an adventure.
You had to learn about adventuring?
Yeah, well, I didn't have to, but I could read books.
How many books did you read?
Probably all of them. More than once.
You read hundreds of books? Like more than once?
Yeah, it's not tricky.
How big are libraries?
Well, the one I was at was not the biggest, but pretty extensive.
But you said it had hundreds of books.
Yeah.
Sounds big to me.
I haven't been to many other libraries, I wouldn't know.
I think I saw like 6 books together once. I think that's like the most number.
I've got
of
more
books
than
I've
that in
seen.
my pack.
The fuck? What do you mean?
He
Why did
takes
you have
out.
so many books?
He takes out like close to a dozen books.
What the fuck are you gonna do with these?
Well, this one's about traps, and this one's, it's general survival stuff. I thought that would
You
be
think-
nice.
Oh, Draco, you can't learn this shit from a book.
Well, wait, why?
Gesture to the snake bits. You can't learn this shit from a book, kid. You gotta learn it by like doing it. It's a big difference from reading about setting stuff up and actually going out and failing until you get it right, as you said.
Well,
Clearly.
that's why I'm out. So I could sort of go out and be a hero of kinds and go and
Oh god.
learn stuff. Sort of become, really good at artificing.
Back up a bit. You said go out and be a hero.
I mean, that's why I went out.
Oh, kid.
Is that a problem?
It's idealistic. And idealism gets killed in the real world.
Well, I've not been killed yet.
Yet. Yeah, you also picked like one of the most potentially dangerous missions to go on first, so we clearly...
I
we
was
can't
summoned
trust your
here for
judgment.
my expertise in making things.
You're literally a child.
That's true, but irrelevant.
Listen, you got a big heart, kid, and just the world would love to stomp it out.
Okay, so if I'm idealistic, you're whatever the heck the opposite is. Where you...
Realistic?
Oh, yeah, why not? I mean, pessimistic I would go for. Where you really just think everything's out to get you. But,
Well, in my experience, most things are.
yeah, but if you can handle them, what's the problem?
Not everyone can handle them.
I can. I've got weapons and armor.
Experience goes a long way, along with weapons and armor.
I mean, he handled everything pretty well so far.
Yeah.
It only takes one mistake. Look, I'm not saying you're not capable, I'm saying that caution is always a good thing to have.
Oh, I'm not going to be not careful about it, but
You literally... Do you not remember going into the monolith?
I do. What was not careful about that?
Just like try to talk. Just acting dragon. Look, we have different definitions of careful, I'm sure.
Okay, but the dragon was subdued.
Was it?
Yes. It
It's
was
like
melting.
body.
It didn't have a body. It was just a head, and most of it was melted.
I'd love to say you're not my responsibility, but you kind of are now, aren't you? Sounds like get yourself killed.
Okay. I'll get the rest of that meat off the snake.
Well, watch to make sure you do it right.
Fine.
So, you're from a big city then?
Yeah.
It's got a name?
Yeah. I kind of want to just not talk about
Fair
it.
enough. We're gonna go help Draco do it right this time. So it's clear they're open to talking if anyone wants to. I'm guessing no one will because everyone sucks.
I'm pretty sure Frank's sleeping already.
No, Frank
I'm
doesn't
in-
count.
And I'm in the middle of eating.
Okay, whatever. We all know that even if neither of you were like that, none of you would have said shit still. So, fuck off with your excuses.
What do you want us to do?
I want your fucking backstory, damn it.
Well, Talsa's just gonna smile and sing a song.
Oh my god, okay. Well, some of them might get forced on you at some point, you know.
Of the-
I'll never know. I never get anyone's backstory.
Can sing a sad, very sad song.
Why?
I don't know. Kind of mood.
I was just like, this is too much camaraderie. We need something sad.
No, it's a song about a man who gave his mind, will, and voice to house the disgraced God to protect his people.
Oh god.
Ouch.
Or maybe that's the
God.
name. Oh god, no, okay. Okay. Well. You finished a long rest. It's, actually, this is a good time then to end.
Yeah.
After this long rest.
Look,
So,
we're becoming
do
food.
what you want to do.
Did it, Reddit.
The fuck is that?
How is the
Fuck.
soup?
Give me a 1d20.
Oh god, if we get poisoning, like food poisoning, I'm gonna
What would you
fucking
say
die.
is the most cookiest of skills?
What?
Actually, give me
Medicine.
intelligence,
What?
With
Survival.
medicine,
Yeah,
It's usually
survival.
survival when I've done it.
and survival.
All of them?
Yes.
Who's
Do
doing
it
this?
the Call of Cthulhu way, have him roll once and apply it to everything.
Who's doing this?
Well, the one who's cooking.
Oh, Draco then.
Yeah. Just roll.
I'm
Actually,
Helping,
you know what?
does he get advantage?
You know what? Okay. Without any skills, we have taste, we have nourishment,
Taste is not the most important thing here.
and we have
Prestidigitation can
preparation.
flavor food.
Okay.
So roll these 3 dice.
What was the last one? Decoration?
no
Presentation.
preparation?
Preparation. Okay. So like how hot the food is.
Well,
Like
one
how
of them
well
is
these time.
nourishment, the other one is it safe to eat, and the third one is does it taste good?
Okay.
So roll all 3 of them, and we'll see how
Least
good.
important
Can I
thing,
add
and if
my
anyone...
cook's utensil bonus?
Huh?
Can I add my cook's utensil bonus? 'Cause I have cook's tools.
Hi.
Well,
Fine.
I mean that's I was guessing that's how you cook in the first place.
Well, it's got
Just means you get out your proficiency.
yeah, it's my proficiency. Technically, it's expertise.
Oh,
It's level
no,
6
you
now.
don't get a bonus on any of these.
Okay.
It's
Oh, boy.
sadness. It's just D20s.
Christ.
No, don't fuck
Okay,
it
it's
up.
really
That's an
safe.
18.
It's really safe. It
tastes
tastes
good.
great, but it doesn't
Kinda
eat you.
doesn't- Yeah, I mean it's not as filling as you'd want it to be,
But it doesn't
but yeah,
work.
it's safe to eat. It's tasty and it's safe to eat. It's not that filling. It's just
It's probably because you threw out like 50%.
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
It's
Probably
like
like,
Gambit.
when he was like cutting up the carrots. A lot of the carrots just went missing. He didn't like put the carrots in whole. He actually removed the rind, which contains a lot of the valuable
I'm
vitamins.
just full of shame at this.
All the meat he
Good.
all the meat he had to salvage off the skin was all shredded, so it didn't actually have any substance to it.
So shamed of it. I'm not mad. I'm
But hey,
just
it tastes great.
disappointed.
It tastes great, and it's perfectly safe.
Oh my god. Disaster. You city disaster. See, this is the problem with city people. They can't do anything for themselves. You take away their like appliances and their normal stuff, and suddenly they can't do anything. Gosh,
Yeah.
fucking city people.
It's so fantastic.
I think
In a
this is
city.
great.
In a city, you'd have an overabundance of food, so the stuff you make wouldn't need to be super nourishing. Perfection.
If you say that, as if Draco, I swear to God, if Draco said that to Rimmer, would you be like, what the fuck?
No,
Is that what we're doing today? Are we fighting?
that's why I'm
Yes.
justifying. That's why I'm
Isn't
justifying.
that what we always do?
Weren't you here this whole session?
We only fight because I'm correct and no one listens to me.
Wow, you're not the only one correct.
No, but I am usually the one that's correct.
Oh, that dragon was totally harmless.
Fucking hate all
You know, there's 2 sides to every argument.
Yeah, the right
Aspen
side and the wrong
one.
side. No.
The wrong
No,
one and Aspen.
Actually, if you look at my track record, I'm usually on the right side, but no one listens to me until
arguments
it's
can
too
have
late,
two
and then they're
right
like, why
sides.
didn't you say
That's
this?
what
I'm
I
like, bitch,
said.
I did.
Arguments can have 2 right sides.
No.
Yeah. they
And make the
can.
Infinity Stones.
Oh my god!
Arguments have 2 sides, the right side and the left side.
In the
Well-
middle.
I have a coin here, so I'm gonna determine now if Aspen is right or wrong. Tails is wrong, head is right.
Hey. That's
Bullshit,
true.
it's rigged. Whatever. I know I'm right. It's not my fault if you guys want to be wrong.
What do you mean, Aspen? Do you mean it's your truth?
It's not my truth if it's the truth.
Oh
That's
god.
true. My truth
That's
is
your
I'm
truth.